Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm sharing another completed project. Okay, so if you've been around here for a while, you might remember that a couple of months ago I was putting some layouts away and realized that I have a couple of albums that are like only a couple layouts off of being complete and ready to go either to one of my kids' houses or on the shelf. So I have been kind of taking stock of that, and I'm going to try to finish at least one project every month. So um, in February, I finished up my granddaughter's one of my granddaughter's albums that just needed a couple layouts in it. And in the month of March, I finished. If you watched my layout share the other day, I did a couple of Christmas layouts, and so those two Christmas layouts are going to complete this album that's right here. So I know it's not seasonally right, but I don't scrapbook like that. I just kind of go with what's inspiring me, and right now I'm being inspired to complete some projects. So I thought I would pop on and share the album with you and put in the finished layouts because I find it really satisfying to watch people do that. And I find it really satisfying to do it myself, so I thought I would come and share it with you scrappy peeps. If this isn't your jam, if you don't want to watch layout or album shares or whatever, that's okay. Just skip it, move on, watch something else. But if you are here and you're sticking around, thank you so much for being here. I know there's a lot of places you could be, and I really appreciate having you here. And let's get started. Okay, so this is a Christmas album. Now, I document Christmas separately. I document in 12 by 12 for my own personal albums. I think the very first one I did was 8.5 by 11, then everything since then has been 12 by 12. And the way I do it is that I put it chronologically. So like Christmas 2007, then Christmas 2008, Christmas 2009. Within that, sometimes it's a little bit jumbled up. It's not necessarily in date order, depending on which layouts get a full page, double page kind of thing. But for the most part, it's chronological, but separated out from my other albums. Yeah. So this one, I'm sure I've mentioned before that I kind of stopped documenting Christmas around COVID times. That particular Christmas was so hard for me because my son and my grandson were supposed to come home for Christmas and couldn't. And I was already struggling with some empty nest stuff and from accepting that my grandkids were going to live on the other side of the country and I would not see them frequently. And so that just kind of like did me in. So I took pictures at Christmas. My family took pictures at Christmas, but I just didn't feel like documenting. And I'm at a place now where I can look at that and say, you know what, this is what my life looked like at that time, and I'm going to document it, and I'm going to put it in a book. And I hope someday I can look back at it and be comfortable with the way that is. So here we go. This album starts pre-pandemic. So this is 2019 Christmas. Okay, so right before the pandemic. So this would have been December 2019, and as everybody knows, pandemic times started around March 20th of 2020, so a few months later. So this was our Christmas at the time. So we had our son and his girlfriend, our middle one, and our youngest. He was still living at home, and we, celebrated Christmas Day together. And I can't remember if they were still living here or not, like my middle boy and his girlfriend. They did live here. Oh no, that was later. They were in their own apartment at that time. So yeah. So these are just some, I had already done these. Actually, when I did these, this is really funny. Well, it's not funny, but now that I think about it and how like I completely kiboshed scrapbooking Christmas for such a long time, I did these in February of 2020. I went to a crop. I hammered out a whole bunch of Christmas layouts because I wanted to replenish my Christmas supplies. And yeah, so anyway, interesting. This is my middle boy and his girlfriend, and then my son and his girlfriend at the time. They're not together anymore. And then me and my cousins. Every year at Christmas, I would make my cousins, who are mostly boys, by the way. I think I have only 3 girl cousins, and all the rest are boys. There's 15 of us. And I would make them get in a photo with me. Sometimes they're cooperative, sometimes they're brats, but I love them, and it was important to me. And so this is my 2019 Christmas one. And you know what's so sad about this is I think that was my last one. So breaks my heart a little. The next one was at Grandma's funeral. But we don't celebrate Christmas with them anymore. So this is our fondue dinner at my mom and dad's with my boys and my beautiful Miranda. And this is a picture of my 2 boys and my parents, which is super sweet. I always try to get pictures of my kids and their grandparents, or my grands and their great-grandparents, because time is fleeting, my friends. Take those photos, let people be cranky with you, it's okay. This layout right here is one of the things that I talked about the other day in my layout share, where I said I used a cut file and then I put washi in behind it. So this is all Christmas ribbons. So just a variety of red and white, red and green kind of ribbon. And then in these spots I put patterned paper. So this is like a full page background cut file, and then I just tucked in some patterned paper and then did some ribbon strips, and I really love how that turned out. Great way to bash your stash. So this one, I also include my New Year's Eve photos in with my Christmas. I feel like that whole, because I still run on a school schedule, so that whole time it feels like in my mind is Christmas time, Christmas break time. Yeah, so this is my husband and I. Our kids did not want to celebrate with us. So we actually went out for dinner and then stayed in a hotel in our own city, and the kids partied here with their friends. So we were close by, but yeah, it's weird having kids that old. Anyway, so then this one is all about my husband overeating at this restaurant. This is, I don't know if you've ever been to one of these Brazilian steakhouses, but they're like, you have this green like coaster on your table, and then they just keep bringing you meat. And then when you're like want a break or you're full, you put the red, you flip it and it's red on the other side, and it's like, no, please don't come and bring me more meat. And me, I'm like, okay, I'm full, that's it. And him, he's like, but I paid so much money for this food, I need to eat all the food. So he was not feeling well after. This is us visiting our son New Year's Eve before the friends came over, and then this is how we spent our evening, our New Year's Eve, midnight, and we just played board games, hung out. Then this is the start of the 2020 Christmas. So for 2020 Christmas shopping was all masks and limits on how many people went in the store, but as you can see, this was one of the first ones I did about the pandemic year, and I did not put all of that information in here. I just put Christmas shopping COVID style, because that was all I could handle at the time, and that's okay. That's fine. I think I do have an album that's dedicated to COVID, so maybe I'll put all of that other information into that one. And then we opened up our cohort to my husband's girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me. I sometimes just talk and words come out. It's not what I mean. My son's girlfriend. So this is his current girlfriend. So in 2019, it was a different girl. Here it's my Avery. She's part of the family now, as far as I know. And yeah. So here they are putting up the mistletoe. They were so sweet. I just love them. You know when you like meet somebody and you're just like, you should have been in my family forever. That's what I feel like when I met this girl. She's so sweet. Yeah, so then some more. This is a Vicky Bouton class that I took. layout, and I think this one was too. So I really did use my Warm Wishes and Evergreen and Holly classes to encourage myself to document these things. So, because I do love Vicky's classes. So if nothing else, the pictures are on some pretty layouts, right? Yep, this one was another one from Vicky's class. I love the oxide ink stenciling on top of colored cardstock. I just think it's so cool. This is a pink ink, not a white. So it's not, like you can see it next to the white-ish paper here. Yeah, I really like it. She always has the best ideas, hey? Smart lady. Another warm, one of the two. Warm Wishes or, yeah. This one's not. This is one of the earlier ones that I did. And again, it was just, there's no people in it. Didn't hold a lot of emotion. It was just my favorite beverage at Christmas time. This one was a Vicky Boutin class layout too. This one was from leftovers from a kit, a workshop kit that I had from Close to My Heart, I think. And this one was the Close to My Heart workshop kit. So this is one of the layouts from that, all about our gingerbread competitions. So my middle boy, my youngest boy, gingerbread house competition, and oh boy, yeah, competitive, I would say, for sure. And then here's my beautiful daughter-in-law, my middle boy's girl, and their puppies. They're just so precious, those two little doggers. And they were wearing their necklaces for the holidays. And then this one I enjoyed making. This is one that I did for a class that I taught at my local scrapbook store, and it was all about stenciling, and so we stenciled a background for this one, and I told the story about how even though we couldn't be together at Christmas, it really meant a lot to me that my son was taking my grandson and opening my scrapbooks and looking through them with him and talking about all the people in his life. And then I also, my family did a lot of like going down memory lane over the holidays when we were, you know, stuck in the house, couldn't really go anywhere, couldn't really do much. So we watched some home movies, and another thing they did was they went through all, and I have a lot, all of my Christmas scrapbooks. So that was kind of cool. Opening gifts on Christmas morning. And just like what good sports they are when I give them goofy things like this in their stockings. So precious. This is another one of their, the Close to My Heart workshop layouts. Where am I going here? I'm trying to stay in frame, sorry, I think it shifts. And this was a Jennifer Edwardson class kit that I did, and this one was also from my stenciling class at the store, so I stenciled in my embellishment areas. Did I tell you what this one was from? Yeah, this one was another one from the Close to My Heart kits. Different kit. This is a different kit than this one. Another one from my stenciling class, and it was all about using stencil in place of a patterned paper. This one I think was one from Vicky's classes. So for the this would have been the Warm Wishes one because I didn't have all the exact Warm Wishes product. I bought, it was my first weekend event, and so I just bought the access only so I could see if I loved it or not, and I'm hooked. Totally hooked. This is another one from the Close to My Heart workshop kit. And this is one of my empty pages, so let me fill it with this cute layout all about some things that kept us busy during our pandemic Christmas. Ping pong, putt-putt golf downstairs. The boys played video game or computer games online with their brother who was in Ontario. So that was kind of cool. And I love this layout. This was from Chrissy's beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and this Vicky Bouton paper was just perfect for that sketch, and I just love how it turned out. And this one was all about how we thought we were really funny playing the pandemic game over the holiday season, and this layout was from leftovers from a workshop kit from Close to My Heart. This one is a Vicky Bouton scrap lift, I guess, from that Warm Wishes that I didn't have all the stuff, but I just scrap lifted her idea, made it my own way, and I really love it. This is Warm Wishes. This is the fussy cut poinsettias from one of the pages. And here's my other blank spot. And I just had little sticky notes in there so I knew which pictures I needed to scrap to finish this layout. So sorry about the weird angling here. And so this one was another 30 Days of Sketches, and it was using the Warm Wishes collection. And I just love this vellum sheet that she had with the stars. So I layered the vellum sheet on top of white cardstock, and just so cute, hey? And the washi. And then this one was another one from the Warm Wishes scrap lifting, and it was supposed to be a double pager with another one, but I didn't have the same background sheet, so I just made two separate layouts. And I think one was the 2019 ones, maybe even, no, 2020, and then this one was 2021. And this is the end of the 2020, because we rang in 2021, so merry days ahead in 2021. Wasn't that a hopeful thought we all had? Yeah, thought that was funny. It's tongue-in-cheek. I put it there, knowing that 2021 was not a whole lot different than 2020. And then this is us getting ready for Christmas in 2021. My son had come home actually for the long weekend in November, which would have been like November 11th weekend, and we set up the tree because we wouldn't see him again until he came home for Christmas. So it was up for a long time. And then this is one, this was another Warm Wishes, no, yeah, it's a Warm Wishes papers, but it wasn't from the event. It was just, can't remember where I got the sketch from, but it was maybe Sketch Support or something like that. Probably Sketch Support. And it's just really lots of photo, kind of double pager, and it was perfect for my 6x8 paper pads. But yeah, and it's all about us and our friends going on a tour of the city to see the Christmas lights around town. And then here's another one about our tree topper. So, and like I said, they're chronological in some ways, but in others they're not. Like here, you know, we're decorating the tree, and then we're out looking at Christmas lights, and then we're also decorating the tree because I have this double page layout in between. But so that's fine with me as long as it falls into the same basic chronological order. And this particular album was from American Crafts and had this little frame in the front, so I just tucked a picture of my kiddos in there, and that's it. So that is everything for today. I am finished my project, and I'm really happy with that, and I don't know what project I'm going to tackle for April, but I will come up with one. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.